My friends, it's another off week. Well, it's not off. I had a really good week and actually some adventures. I just didn't vlog them because, I don't know, I was just trying to be in the moment and just sort of put the camera down. But over the weekend, I headed out to Joshua Tree National Park with a couple of friends. We had an Airbnb for one of the nights. It suited our needs well. My bedroom was just a bed in the middle of the living room / kitchen. So yeah, it was very fun. And we went into the park and I took them through one of my favorite routes in the park, which is the Chasm of Doom. And we had a really great time. As you can see, everyone had fun scrambling, squeezing, and just navigating that dark corridor. It was a blast. From there, actually, though, we made our way over to the Mojave National Preserve. And if you've never driven from Joshua Tree into the Mojave National Preserve, you got to do it because it's just an incredible drive through the middle of the desert. In fact, you actually go through another national monument on the way there. So that was incredibly gorgeous. And Riley actually drove out from Riverside after work to meet us, and we had a great night dancing under the stars, sharing stories, and just, living life. So that's what I did this week, and I didn't vlog it, but there you go. You got the quick version. But anyways, I have a treat for myself and for you this week. We are going back into the archives. That's right, another Pursuit is Happiness archive adventure. And this one is bringing us back to college. It's the time Colton, myself, and our roommate David took a couple of dogs and made our way up a mountain 9 miles to the very peak, where we stayed in a lookout tower in the middle of winter and actually got caught up in a snowstorm. So what do you say? Let's go back to college and let's dive into the story. Here we go.
Well, a couple days ago, I was hiking in the, what do they even call it? The Lolo National Forest, I guess, Patty Canyon area. And thought, why not go for a day trek to Union Peak in the winter? So here we are. 9 miles to the summit, Union Peak. We'll see what happens.
So Union Peak is located on some BLM land east of Missoula, Montana. And Colton and I stumbled upon this place when we were just exploring the area.
Where are you, buddy? We're at Union Peak still.
We started heading up there and just staying at the cabin.
Historic lookout, Union Peak.
Well, in the middle of winter, you couldn't drive up there. And the only way to get there was to hike. And Colton and I had never done any backpacking before.
Well, we're roughly 2.5 miles, maybe more, up the road. And I have to say, though, once we get there, I'm going to be quite happy to rest for a few days. So, onward, huh?
So we just kind of hiked up and up this road, and before we knew it, we had gone about 7 miles and thought we were home free.
We're 7 miles up here, and we're to our first Union Peak sign, which Union Peak is roughly 2 miles from here, so hopefully be there an hour and a half or something.
So that's when things kind of went downhill a little bit, figuratively. It was so tough because the second we got off of the groomed road, we were in 3.5, 4 feet of snow. Every step we were sinking basically to our waist. The only one of us that had no problem at all was Swisher, because he just sort of floated on top. Eventually we made it to Union Peak, and let's just say everyone was ready to just relax.
Well, we made it. Colton, if you could describe the trip up here, what would you say?
Definitely the last 2 miles were probably the most intense hiking I've ever done. That was incredibly brutal.
Easily.
You can kind of see, actually, even if you just peer out there, there's 5 feet of snow.
Look at the steam.
Yeah, you can see the steam just billowing from all over. Check back in an hour, say, and hopefully we'll be in our jammies and kicking back, having a mixed drink.
And we did. We made some hot dogs on top of the stove, then took in the beauty of the mountains before heading to bed for the night. Now the next day we got up, some of us a little slower than others. And it was a beautiful day outside. Colton and I decided to take the dogs outside and play around with them. And this is when a few of the issues began to show up.
Kind of snowed in a little bit. Our door is broke, so
We have to go out the window.
David, actually, you should shut that.
So yeah, we're just chilling. This is our full day. We stay the night again tonight. We were here last night.
First off, the door broke. Second, I noticed that it was pretty dark for about 10:30 a.m. There was a storm on the way.
As you can see, we are forced to boil snow because we don't have any water.
I think we've all learned some lessons here today about what exactly you need to survive out in the woods, even when you're in a cabin.
This was one of the first times that I really began to realize how much you have to be prepared when you head out into nature.
We have tonight here and we're heading back tomorrow. We're currently boiling as much water as we can to start bottling up. We got to be careful, but I'm confident that it will stop sometime tonight. But if not, you know, we can go through a little bit of this. Might suck, but in the trees will be a little better, and it's all downhill. So I'm not going to worry too much. We got plenty of food, plenty of water.
The weather was too bad to really do anything, so we sort of just putzed around for the rest of the day. And I think it's time to cue up the cabin montage. Let's hit it. We woke up the next morning to clear skies and just a beautiful sunrise.
Well, it's the next morning after the night of the great blizzard. It's tested our survival skills. We've had to supply our own water, ration food. We've had to take care of doggies. You could almost call it a retreat. I have to say it was nothing that I expected it to be. So I guess the only part that I expected was just relaxing up here at the cabin, but other than
what? I'd say we accomplished that.
I would say that as well. Positive reviews, even the bad stuff, I mean, turned out to be good. We've got a full view for when we leave. 9 miles. Let's go. Well, last look around, and we're out of here.
And so we hiked and hiked and hiked our way back down the mountain.
Well, we've made it to the 2 mile marker. We're out of the back country and now on the main Garnet Range Scenic Byway.
Go out like that tonight. You think so?
You can always tell in my old videos when things were a little tough because there aren't any videos. And so that was the case going back down the mountain. All of a sudden, it would seem that I found myself very close to the finish line.
I'd like to note that I have made it to mile marker number 1, baby. About a mile may sound long, but when I've already hiked 8 this morning, 8 miles, you can see why I'm a little happy to have just a mile left. Colton and David are back there. They're not too far back. Making a good pace, and I hope to be sitting in my car, warming it up here soon. So, let's go. This is huge. Woo! 9 miles, baby. 18 in 2.5 days. It's pretty damn good. I do say so myself. And I do. Let's get inside.
And with that, I made it to the car. And one thing that I think is really, really funny in hindsight here is that I didn't document the guys getting to the car. There was no celebratory high five or cheers or anything like that. And I think that again is a testament to how tough that hike really was. But yeah, we did it. And that is definitely one of my all-time favorite memories with those guys. And honestly, that was kind of laying the groundwork for Rock the Park in these vlogs. And check that out. I was vlogging before vlogging was a thing. That was back in 2011. So
I'm a very stable genius.
but anyways, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Make sure that if you're watching this and you want to support me, you'll subscribe to the channel. We've got buttons somewhere here, and we're just going to keep them going as long as I feel like it. So I hope you guys have a great week, and yeah, peace out. See you next time.